Tell you what, it ain't all sandbars and rainbows out there, because we just had ourselves a day. My name's Riley and welcome to Doghouse Marine. On this episode, we do a little sea trial. We had some cavitation issues. Took off the motor, took off the jack plate, re-fiberglass, re-gel coated a good portion of the transom, attached a Bob's jack plate to the transom, then we bolted our motor back.
In a thunderstorm.
You will see the thunderstorm. The dog was not happy. Welcome back to another one, guys. We're gonna take the boat out and do a little sea trial. It's not gonna be our final sea trial, but we just want to see everything work since last time went so poorly. You know, the boat had some water in it. We had some issues with water pump issues with the motor. We've solved all the issues that we can solve. The motor is peeing. We don't have water, a lot of water in the bilge. Everything's working as it should to make sure that, you know, the boat wasn't gonna sink. So here we are. The boat's not sunk. I don't think we're gonna be able to get on plane because the motor, the jack plate's stuck up so high, but at the very least we'll be able to, you know, go out on the water, idle around. We're gonna see what it can do right now, and we might even fly the drone a little bit. The power of cavitation. Slow. Oh, it'll go. I'm worried about it cavitating. And there we go, cavitating. Kind of do something. It's better than kind of doing nothing. It beats a kayak.
Try the jack plate now. Maybe you wiggled it.
Our $12,000 boat paid off. Up into the tower for the first time. Steering's good. No air. And I've got my throttles up here. They work. It's always something. Well, the tower works. Neutral, forward, reverse, neutral, a little sticky, forward. The marine control is not what I really want, but also too expensive to replace right now. So our second station is working, which is awesome. The motor is working, which is awesome. And we're just cruising around up here right now. I'm beyond stoked to be up here right now. It's so nice to be on a tower boat again. This is sick. I would like to thank my wife for letting me buy this. I would like to thank John and Crystal River for selling me this boat. I would like to thank everyone who's been involved in this process, because we are getting there. We're not there, but we're getting there. You guys, check out the view from up here. I mean, it doesn't really do it justice. I don't know if you guys can see how clear the water is, but you can just see every rock, every piece of grass. You can see how clean it is. You can see that beautiful sunset looking down on our 250 SHO that's running. This is Durney Key, right outside of the Cody River Channel. So they're rebuilding a stilt house over here. There's one in the distance right there. These are old Florida stilt houses that were built before permitting and everything. So we're gonna go anchor a power pole down right around here and get some footage. Stingray right there, you see it? All right guys, unfortunately, we don't have a remote for our power pole. We're just gonna have to swing in here and then drop the power pole manually.
It is perfectly dry in here.
Power pole down, motor's hanging out good. This thing's gonna be sick when I fix the jack plate.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
This is the best $12,000 boat I've ever bought. All right guys, so we made it back in, we did a little run, and here's what's going on. Basically the jack plate's too high. So the cavitation plate on the motor is sitting too high, it's above bottom of the boat. So basically when the boat's on plane, it's pushing the water down, and our cavitation plate's above that. So even though the water comes up a little bit, because we have that bracket, it's coming up and it's not quite reaching our cavitation plate. So that prop is grabbing the air and not gripping the water properly. And it's also, our motor is so high, the water pump is struggling to grab water and push through our motor. So we're having to stay very low. We just found out we can cruise and we still have plenty of water running through the motor, but rather than running at like 40, which this boat's capable of, we're running at like 20 because the motor's still far enough in the water that can still grab plenty of water, and the head stays cool and the prop doesn't cavitate too bad. So those are two things you never want. You know, obviously you don't want to overheat your motor, and also, you know, if your prop is just spinning in the air, that's a bad thing too. So that's kind of what we're dealing with and where we're at right now. Man, music sounds nice though. We need some speakers. If there's any speaker companies that want to sponsor, feel free to throw them on.
We know beggars can't be choosers, but
We're begging.
we're begging.
We need some jams. Since we don't have any speakers, this is what we're listening to. Just want to say a special thank you to Bob Brooks. You guys, this is his number. It's 813-447-9174. Tampa Bay Marine mechanic. Did a great job. Did the lower unit, the thermostats. We know those are good to go. Cooling system's fine. We're going to do the rest of the service at a later date. Right now we got the motor sitting on a crane off the back of the boat. I'm going to grind these holes a little bit and just clean it up so that when my glass guy gets here, Fiberglass Tampa, he can just fill these with structural putty, clean them up. We can put the Bob's jack plate on, bolt the motor up, and we will be good to go, guys. I swear it hasn't rained in weeks. Yard's dead. The day I'm doing this, we're about to have a damn hurricane, of course. So got the motor on the lift covered in a tarp, trying to keep it dry. I've already ground down the back a little bit. He's got to remove a lot of material back here, so I'm just trying to make it easier for him. And then I got an umbrella trying to keep it dry. We'll see how this goes. Well, you guys, I thought it can't get worse. It's gotten worse. You want to go out there? No. Yeah, I'm trying to keep that umbrella dry still, and I mean, guys, it is a gully washer. The road is now a river. So yeah, wish me luck. Well, this is the current situation. Yeah, I don't want to go out there either. You guys want to go outside? No, it does not. You want to go outside? No. I don't think you want to go outside. Full update. Still drizzling. Most of the rain's passed. I've been able to keep this area mostly dry. Got the beach umbrella, and actually we stayed dry here, so that's really good. These are going to be my Bob's bolts. These holes were actually already existing, barely patched with some 4200s, so We're gonna use those, and I think this is where the old Bob's holes were. These have been patched with fiberglass, so we're gonna have to drill those back out and then patch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dang it. All filled, looks great. We're getting there, guys.
Things in the mirror, bro. 10% luck.
This is why we bring in the professionals, like it never happened. We got our top jack plate holes. I'm drilling out our bottom holes. We're gonna mount this Bob's, the Porta. I think I already have a buyer for it, so thankfully the Porta's gone. Tonight, I need to finish this, mount this jack plate, and then mount the motor to it, and get my mechanic back his lift.
Got it on.
You guys, it's been a day, but jack plate's on. Transom's re-gel coated and glassed. We're making progress. We're gonna try to hook this motor up real quick and get it done. It has been a process, and I want to absolutely thank my wife for helping me. She's under the boat right now holding the nuts on these bolts that I'm putting through. Jack plate's on, pretty rock solid, so we're stoked about that. And we're gonna bolt this motor up, and we'll check in with you once that's done. I made it. We are here, guys. We did it. We got 2 bolts on. I'm about to take the hoist off, and if the motor falls and dies in the ground, it is what it is, because I'm done. Huge thank you to Bob Brook. All right, let's see. Is the motor gonna crash? Whoa. Rock solid.
That's it?
That's it. Weight's off. Porta's gone, baby. We can now get on plane. Our motor is low enough. And if it's not low enough, I'm selling the boat.
No, that should be good.
That should be very good. All right. Got to put a few more screws in, and I'm learning all kinds of stuff with these motors, guys. These newer motors, these newer Yamahas, they don't want you taking on and off. So the newer ones have this part you have to buy separately, and it is specifically to lift the motor off. So I borrowed this from the mechanic. He's the man, and we're gonna go return that to him with his lift. But this is what you need to lift the motor. I didn't know that. I showed up, trailered my boat like an hour to lift it off, and wasn't able to do it because I didn't know. So now I know. Now you know, and we're all learning. I think we'll have no problem getting on plane now. Sure enough, guys, that was our problem. So we took it out for the 4th of July yesterday, which was the first time it's been run since we added the new jack plate. And basically, that was a world of difference for us. We went from having like a top end at about 26, then the motor would lift out of the water, cavitate, throw an overheat alarm, and then we'd have to wait for it to calm down. That only happened once, but it's not what you want. So basically everywhere that we went on the boat was under 26 miles an hour, which is not very fun to be the last one on the sandbar every time. So what we did is we had the Bob's jack plate all the way down yesterday. We had 7 people on the boat. We had this thing loaded down with ice, drinks. This is the 4th of July, guys. This was a big one. Country's 250. So we had a bunch of people on the boat, had a bunch of drinks, had a bunch of ice, had a full tank of gas, and I was like, okay, this will be the perfect test. We got 7 people. This motor is all the way down. I was thinking, you know, we'd probably get about 35 out of it. The tower really acts as a sail on these things. You guys, in the morning with 3 people fully loaded, we saw 47 miles an hour, and with 7 people fully loaded and a lily pad up top for drag, we saw 45 miles an hour. So I'm incredibly impressed with what this boat's able to do. Once we get those trim tabs fixed and get the jack plate working on that pump, we'll really be able to dial it in. I think with just me not loaded down crazy, I think we'll see over 50 miles an hour out of this boat. That's really awesome, guys. We love to see that. So got a lot of really cool stuff coming in this episode. We took care of a lot, basically gets us back on the water. I'm excited to do some fishing episodes this summer. Scallop season, today's July 5th, by the way. This is real time. Scallop season opens here July 10th. So we're looking forward on doing like fishing and a scalloping video. That's something that we get to do here. That's pretty cool. It's local. So we're excited to take you on a video scalloping. And yeah, so this episode was a lot more like if you're troubleshooting issues going fast, if you're, you know, trying to dial in a prop or motor height or any of that, you know, I hope it was helpful to somebody. Just overall, just a really cool video. So from the bottom of my heart, guys, thank you so much for watching these videos. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I really hope you guys got something out of this one. Now that we've got the action craft dialed in and water ready, see our beautiful motor in the back, gonna be taking it out a lot more, doing a lot more stuff on the water. The Hydrosport's still going, guys, but you got to bear with me. That's a slow project, and I'm working as fast as I can, but I've still got to, you know, work a full-time job. So anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting. Keep it coming, guys. I respond to every single comment on this channel. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Anything, shoot me a comment. I appreciate you. And like, subscribe, and we're looking forward to seeing you all next week. Thanks so much.